Hey guys, what's going on? It's Vic here, back with another Madden 22 rebuild. In today's episode, we're going to be rebuilding the New Orleans Saints, but with the new addition of Chris Olave here, Trevor Penning, and we also got the Honey Badger returning to his hometown, Louisiana. He's from LSU, so, we got to do a rebuild of this. So, offensively, we're going to start out with the team, Jameis Winston. I do not think they're going to get rid of him. Whenever he was starting, the Saints were actually doing pretty solid, and if he was healthy throughout the entirety of the season, I genuinely think the Saints would have made the playoffs, but they had to bounce around between Ian Book, Taysom Hill, who was the other guy? I'm completely blanking on him. Trevor Siemian, that's who it was. Trevor Siemian, and then Alvin Kamara had some issues. He had injury issues, and then he had some legal issues, I think, in the offseason as well, or during the season. And then Melvin Ingram here, not Melvin Ingram, I'm an idiot. Mark Ingram, my bad. Mark Ingram here. Michael Thomas, whenever he's not crying about something, about his injury or something like that, whenever he's not crying about a contract or any other stupid drama on their team, he's an amazing player. People forget how amazing Michael Thomas is whenever he's on the field. He's like an Antonio Brown. He's really good when he's on the field, but as soon as he gets off the field, he's just a problem. Anyways, that's why they got Chris Olave here, and people can pronounce it Olave. I just looked it up. It's supposed to be pronounced Chris Olave. So I'm just going to be calling him Olave throughout the rebuild because I looked it up, and that's how it's supposed to be pronounced apparently. So that's what he's going to be called. Deontay Harris here as well, Marquez Callaway. And Taysom Hill is playing tight end here. Sure, I guess. I don't want him as a second string anyways. So Andy Dalton, I forgot, got signed here as well. I don't know what I'm going to do with Jameis Winston. It just depends how he performs. Looking at the offensive line, Trevor Penning. I personally think Trevor Penning is not going to be an absolute superstar, Saints fans. So Saints fans, you just got to look at it by like this. I'm not trying to say he's not going to be a superstar. I'm just trying to say out the gate, he's not going to be this god-tier player that you expect. He's going to take a couple years to develop. I don't think he's going to be some Quentin Nelson out the gate. He's going to be nothing like that. He's going to be nothing like the Tyrann Armstead that you did have. But he'll be a developmental guy, and your O-line is still isn't even bad with Andreas Pete, Eric McCoy, Ryan Ramczyk. So, yeah, it's pretty good overall. The offense looks great whenever it's healthy. Defensively, looking into it, you got Cam Jordan here. He's a great player. He's just getting a little bit older. Marcus Davenport, David Onyemata. They got Taco Charlton. No, it's this guy. Peyton Turner is the guy they drafted last year in the first round. I have no idea why. I guess it's because Marcus Davenport gets injured a lot and Cam Jordan's just getting old. Then the secondary is where this team is thriving. They got Marshawn Lattimore, who is a beast. Let me know down in the comments below. I know some Saints fans will be biased, but as a Ravens fan, I like Marlon Humphrey better. I may be the bias in me. I just like that Marlon Humphrey tries and goes for the ball, and he has an amazing tackling ability. But let me know down in the comments below. Is Marlon Humphrey better, or is Marshawn Lattimore better? I don't know. Up to you guys. Either one you pick, Marshawn Lattimore or Marlon Humphrey, it would be a good pick. Bradley Roby is a solid player. They also got Alontae Taylor out of Tennessee, I believe, in the third round. Not a horrible choice. We got Demario Davis here, who's a great linebacker. I feel like they need some other linebackers, though. He's getting old as well. Marcus May, they immediately did not hesitate, not even a whole 24 hours after Marcus Williams signed with the Ravens. Marcus May immediately signed with the Saints. And since Chauncey Gardner-Johnson does not get a shot here, I feel like he's a great player in general. I'm going to move him down to DB, 5'11", 210 pounds. If Marcus May gets off the team, retires, or if he just regresses too far, I will put Chauncey Gardner-Johnson at free safety. But for right now, I'll put him at DB just for the depth of it and just to say he's there in general. Bradley Roby's going to be playing there, and Tyrann Mathieu, the Honey Badger, is going to be playing at strong safety. This team has a lot of potential. Jameis Winston is not a horrible QB on the Saints. You can really tell he's changed and developed as a QB whenever he was working with Drew Brees. Anyways, let's look into our scheme to see what we got here. And I'm going to go to vertical zone run, as I always do. Where is it? Vertical zone run, base 4-3 is fine with me. And you always got to go Kansas City or Tampa Bay's playbook here for a passing scheme. And then a running scheme, you want to go Baltimore or Tennessee. And then defensively, I usually go with the Rams or the Patriots defense. It's kind of a boom or bust with both of them. Defensive playbooks, it's really just a boom or bust in general. But I'm going to go with the Rams here, see what we got. And we should work from there. I know my coach name is Sean Payton, and he's not a coach anymore on the Saints, but who genuinely cares? Anyways, it's now time to move into the midseason mark. Here we are at the midseason mark as we are coming off a big win against the Seattle Seahawks, 4-2, second in the division, a highly contested division. Panthers, Matt Carroll, and then Desmond Ridder at the Falcons, Tom Brady on the Bucks, Jameis Winston here. Very highly contested division. Wouldn't be surprised if we did miss out here on the playoffs. A couple losses and it's over for us, man. Anyways, looking into this, we're already just going to do auto-generator rookies because, you know, I'm not really worried about Bryce Young or any of the future rookies coming up. It's too far for that. Players ready to negotiate. Let's see who we have here. We have Deontay Harris. I would love to have him back. And never mind, I can't have him back because I'm in negative cap room already. Dang, Saints. How do you expect to pay Jameis Winston? Who's taking up all the money? You literally just lost Tyrann Armstead. Who would be consuming this much money? Would it be... No, Malcolm Jenkins retired. Ramczyk, Lattimore, Michael Thomas, Kamara, Kim Jordan. Andreas Pete is taking up this much money? He's getting paid $18 million a year? No. No. I'm not paying someone that much to be a 76 overall on my team. I guess it's not that big of a deal. I'll work it out in the offseason. But he's not being paid that much for much longer. Marcus Davenport, Bradley Roby, David Onyemata, Will Lutz, Deontay Harris. Yeah, I haven't even paid Jameis Winston yet. Why is this guy being paid so much? I mean, he's a rookie, so I won't worry about him. I guess we're just going to have to bite the bullet on it, and we'll wait till next season to trade him, or this offseason. So anyways, let's move into the playoffs. It's not the biggest deal if we lose Deontay Harris. Here we are in the playoffs going 13-4 top of the division. Famous Jameis Winston, baby. Coming off a loss to the Falcons, though. It looks like Panthers might have slipped in with the 7th seed as well. Yeah. Saints, Panthers, Falcons, and Buccaneers have all made the playoffs. First time I'll ever see that, where all 4 teams in one division get into the playoffs. That's insane, dude. 4 teams out of 7 that are allowed in your conference. Like, the majority of the conference... No, yeah, why can I pronounce this? The majority of teams that are in the NFC NFC conference are in the playoffs for this division. Okay, you guys know what I'm trying to say. I don't know how to phrase that correctly because it's never happened. Anyways, stats and awards. Let's see what we got here. May have happened, I don't know. Famous Jameis did amazing. Let's see what we got. Winston, 3rd for league MVP, 2nd best offense in the NFL. I need to pay Winston big time money. 10th best defense for the Saints. 55,000 yards, 35 TDs, 9 interceptions. Amazing year. Kamara, however you want to pronounce it. 11 TDs, 4.8 per carry, 1,200 yards. Amazing season. Deontay Harris had 1,200 yards, but only 3 touchdowns. Olave, 6 TDs, 1,000 yards, great rookie season. Thomas, 999, 16 TDs is amazing, though. Troutman did pretty good as well. And did any receptions come to, I guess it looks like Taysom Hill got cut. Anyways, looking at it defensively, Demario Davis, 122 tackles for a loss, 18 for Marcus Davenport, sacks, 17.5 for Cam Jordan, 13 for Marcus Davenport. That's going to be superstar dev. And interceptions, 3 for Demario Davis and Tyrann Mathieu. Safety, 0 defensive touchdowns is 2 for Marshawn Lattimore. So Marshawn Lattimore should probably get X Factor there. We're going to see who we're going to be playing in the divisional round. Who knows? We might win Super Bowl year 1. I probably just jinxed that. Here to face the 9-8 Carolina Panthers. Please tell me that Matt Carroll is the starter, because Sam Darnold is a god in simulation, and I literally mean that. Who do we got? Sam Darnold. Shit, that's not going to be a good thing. We probably will get stomped here. 13-4 Saints versus 9-8 division rivals, bottom of the division Panthers. We beat them 28-21. Here to face the 11-6 Tom Brady and the Buccaneers, going back for another Super Bowl, trying to make another run. Let's see if we can beat them. Here we are against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Opening drive, we did not score, but they did score 7-0 to start for them. 14-0, not looking good for us. 14-3. Come on, we keep punting. 17-3, still a 2-possession lead. 10-17, 1-possession lead. Back to a 2-possession lead. 24-10, 24-17, 27-17, 24-27. Close game, neck and neck. Made the comeback. No way, we swipe it right from them. At the very end. That was our one and only lead the entire game, and we snagged it. Great game by both QBs. Tom Brady popped off in yards. Leonard Fournette didn't do too good. Kamara, whatever. Kamara did pretty good as well. Let's go to the Super Bowl. here we are in the Super Bowl, here to face Deshaun Watson, the 15-2 Browns. This is the only time I find the Browns in the Super Bowl to be acceptable. Anytime they have Baker, and I don't find it to be acceptable. But since Deshaun Watson is on the team now, I'm not really surprised. Let's see the development upgrades for the team. Offensively, Jameis should have just star dev. Thomas had 16 touchdowns, but he was 1 yard shy of 1,000 yards, and I would only give it to him if he had like 1,200 yards and 16 TDs, so not quite the X factor. Harris, he only had 3 TDs, even though he did have 1,200 yards. Olave did pretty good, but I'm not going to give it to him either. P, I really do want to cut just at the Super Bowl. That would be funny. Anyways, defensively looking into it, Marcus Davenport, superstar dev, not surprised. I'm going to give Marshawn Lattimore, superstar X Factor. He had 2 defensive touchdowns, and I also believe he did have 3 interceptions along with Demario Davis and Tyrann Mathieu. So he still had a pretty good season overall. So I will give him superstar X Factor here, and that's a huge upgrade as well. And Honey Badger is getting close to 99 overall. And yeah, the team's doing amazing. Gardner Johnson is up to an 86 overall. I like that switch down there to defensive back. Make use of him. Let's get into the Super Bowl against the Cleveland Browns. And if we lost to them, I wouldn't be too upset. It's still considered a successful rebuild considering that we have made it to the Super Bowl. So let's get into it. Here we are against the Cleveland Browns as it is currently 0-0 in the first quarter, 0-0. 7-0 we finally strike first. 7-7 now and almost halftime. Oh, make a final drive. 7-13 at halftime. What do we got now? 10-13. Very low scoring game, kind of like Patriots and Rams. So, okay, 17-20, 24-20. Scores just ramping up now, 24-27, and they're going to secure it by 3 points as the Browns win the Super Bowl in their first year of Deshaun Watson. I'm not too upset about that. They have a very good team overall, and we still played very well as well. 1 TD, 0 interceptions. Deshaun Watson was 0 TD, 0 interceptions. Nick Chubb dominated us, 4.9 per carry, and Kamara just did not do good at 2.6 per carry. Let's get to the offseason. And Deshaun Watson wins the Super Bowl MVP despite him not having a single touchdown and 85 passer rating. Makes no sense. Kevin Stefanski, Browns coach, wins Coach of the Year. And there are no other awards here for the Saints, or no awards in general. I mean, 3rd for league MVP for Jameis, but that's about it. Don't need to look into the roster to see the development upgrades because we already did that during the Super Bowl. So let's see what we have here for the retirements. Please, Andreas Pete, leave. I wish. It's not going to work that way. NFC, why am I blinking? NFC South, I believe. Yeah, we're NFC South. Nobody in the NFC South retires, so we're not going to worry about that. Players ready to negotiate. I'm pretty sure we don't have money to re-sign them anyways. Harris, Lee Dalton, and the Honey Badger is not here because I believe he had a 2-year deal anyways. So, yeah, negative $8 million to spend. I don't have the money, so it's now time to skip into the draft. At the end of the first round at pick number 31, Andrew Staley, middle linebacker out of Washington State, is going to be my pick. Only normal dev, but he still does look solid overall, so not too upset about the pick. So this is the team after the draft, and in the draft, I did draft this guy named Drew Atkins. He's a center, and I'm going to move him to left guard because I'm immediately getting rid of Andreas Pete. I'm not going to pay someone who isn't even an 80 overall $14 million a year. It's just not going to happen. I don't care if it's unrealistic. I genuinely don't care because I'm just not paying someone that much. We would save money by cutting him, but we would also save money by trading him. So I am going to, I'm not going to add him to the trade block. I'm just going to completely trade him away now. Andreas Pete, David Onyemata, who are a combined total of like $25 million a year. And a 4th round pick gets me the Patriots, pick 53 and pick 85 in this upcoming draft. So I'm rocking with that. And yeah, I got all I wanted there. Hurst is going to start. How old is James Hurst? He's quite old, so Atkins is going to start over Hurst. Now, how much does Hurst get paid? How much would it take to cut him? Nah, I'm not going to cut him. So, yeah. I like what we're rocking with here. Marquez Callaway is fine. Traquan Smith as well. Defensively, Mario Davis. I don't know who this guy is, but we had him. And Bradley Roby. Yeah, I'm cool with everything here. I like everything that we got. And I would also like to sign a defensive tackle, considering I just got rid of David Onyemata, who's taking up like $13 million a year. So I just need a temporary defensive tackle as well. Linval Joseph will do just fine for me, so I'll just sign him for a little bit. And I will refresh this roster really quick as well. We go to roster, adjust lineup. And I want to see what overall my 1st round pick middle linebacker was as well. And let's see what we got. Staley, I think it was 70 overall. That's not bad. That's not a horrible pick. Specialist, Staley, I would like over Warner, so that way he can get some reps in. Turner, Callaway, and yeah, cool. I like everything that we got in our specialist. I'm cool with everything. Made the Super Bowl last year but didn't win it. Here to face the Browns in the preseason. Let's move to the midseason mark. Yes, we go from Super Bowl contenders to 2-5. God, I love this game. And our defense suddenly sucks now. David Onyemata left and the defense just crumbled. That's exactly how it works, EA. Anyways, breakout player. Let's see who we have here. I don't know who's talking right now because I don't get a picture of their face, so maybe we'll find out. And Chris Olave gets a breakout challenge. I will almost guarantee you he won't get it, coming off a blowout win against the Falcons, who are above us in the division. Linval Joseph, I don't want. Marcus Davenport, I do want. So this is going to cost a hefty amount. And he resigns. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson, I would love to have back. See, here's the thing. If I moved him back to free safety, he'd be a lot cheaper. But I'm going to have to pay the defensive back contract. Eric McCoy, I need back as well. And yeah, I'm going to keep him on the team. James Winston, I don't want Bradley Roby. Marquez Callaway is someone I kind of want. Blake Gilligan. I don't know. Jameis Winston is a guy that I want back as well. He had a really, really good season last season. So let's pay him and he resigns. Everyone else here I don't know about. Maybe Marquez Callaway. But apart from that, guys, it is now time to move in to the playoffs. Yes, here we are in the playoffs, 5-12. I love it. Absolutely love it. I'm immediately changing the scheme. The defense is apparently a problem. David Onyemata just made the team crumble. One player, one old, aging, 80 overall player just crumbled this defense. So let me see if I can pick up a defensive tackle later on in the draft and see if that changes sporadically. 6th best offense in the NFL. I'm sure we have the 28th best defense. 31st, my bad. Okay. 5,000 yards, 33 TDs, 13 receptions. Not as good as last year, but still a great season. Kamara. I always mix myself up with that. Kamara, 1,100 yards, 4.6 per carry, 16 TDs, great season. Thomas, 6 TDs, 1,100 yards. Troutman, 1,100 yards, 6 TDs. That should be a star dev for sure. Callaway, 6 TDs, 1,000 yards. That should be a star dev for sure as well. Chris Olave, 8 TDs, almost 1,000 yards. Good stuff. Looking at it defensively, Demario Davis, 154 tackles for a loss, 15 for Marcus Davenport, sacks, 15.5 for Marcus Davenport, 12.5 sacks for Cam Jordan, interceptions, 3 for Chauncey Gardner-Johnson, safeties is 0, defensive touchdowns is 0. So, it didn't honestly look that bad on paper, especially with the amount of sacks we had, but I'm not going to worry about it. Let's get to the offseason. And Devontae Adams beats his old team in the Super Bowl, and Tom Brady is on the Raiders and wins the Super Bowl MVP. Okay, interesting, I guess. There are no Saints here, so no Saints here for the awards. Let's look at the roster to see if there is any development upgrades offensively looking into it. Jameis Winston, good superstar. That's sick. Callaway had over 1,000 yards for a season as a slot player, as a third-string player. He's definitely getting star development for sure. I don't know what you guys are talking about if he doesn't. So he's getting star dev, and I'm definitely going to re-sign him as well. He's going to be our official slot player. Troutman, they gave star dev. I'm happy about that. I don't like that Atkins is not starting. Defensively here, we got, guess what? Absolutely nobody. So apart from that, guys, we're going to move in to the re-sign players here. I'm probably not going to participate in free agency because I only have $11 million to spend. I would like that to use that to pay Marquez Callaway and other players as well in the future because I have 0 money. So let's go to the 2022 retirement, see who we got here for the... Oh, Tom Brady finally retires with Roger Saffold. NFC South. And Linval Joseph retires, and so does Brandon Graham, who are both on completely different teams than their original teams. Let's look at the players ready to negotiate. I should have Marquez Callaway here. Bradley Roby is not someone I want. Let's back out of that. Marquez Callaway, guy I mentioned a million times already. Let's up that, and he resigns. Gilligan, no. Traquan Smith, no. And everyone else here, no. I'll just pick up a punter in the 7th round if it's that bad. So, $5 million to spend. Can't do that, so I'm not going to participate in free agency. Let's get to the draft. Okay, I'm trading pick number 4 in the draft and pick number 88 in the draft. I have 3 third-round picks anyways, and I'm swapping my 4th round, my pick number 4 overall for the Cardinals pick number 10 overall for Isaiah Simmons, middle linebacker. This is a huge upgrade for this team. Cardinals are now on the clock because of it. They're going to take a halfback at pick 4. Okay, man. Sure, this works out perfectly for me. I just wanted to trade back because there wasn't any good defensive tackles on the board, really. And there kind of isn't other than this Will Shepherd guy, who I am going to probably take here. What is he looking like? He's looking good enough for me. Will Shepherd is going to be the pick at 10. Only normal dev, unfortunately. But he's going to be pretty good overall out of Oregon. So I like this pick at pick number 10, along with Isaiah Simmons. In the second round, I'm picking up Eric Whitaker, right guard out of UCLA. Probably be playing my left guard position. And I'm also picking up this defensive back in the second round, Jaquez Elliott, hidden development out of South Carolina. Here we are after the draft, and Whitaker is a 73 overall. I picked him up in the second round, so he seems to be like a pretty good pickup, and he's going to be starting here at my left guard position, so I'm officially going to make the switch for him. And yeah, if we can actually make the switch, please. And okay, now I have to cut someone apparently because he's not switching over, so forcefully cut you. Get out of here. Refresh this roster. Whitaker is going to be the starter over Atkins. And yeah, looking pretty decent overall defensively. Shepherd is an 82 overall, 78 without the boost. Still a great pickup in the draft. Really happy with that. Isaiah Simmons is the starter over Demario Davis now because he's just so old. Unfortunate. So Demario Davis, just to increase his overall, I'm going to move him to right outside linebacker, just so that way he can, start over instead of being a second string behind Isaiah Simmons. So yeah, he's going to start there now over Zach Bond. Elliott's a 71 overall. That's still a solid pickup. I like that. He's going to play my slot as well. Isaiah Simmons is going to play over Demario Davis because he's just younger and he's just overall better. Hopefully the team will do a little bit better now that we have a defensive tackle and David Onyemata. The team just didn't crumble, okay? So now with that being said, I'm going to simulate to the midseason mark. If the Rams playbook still doesn't work at the midseason mark, I'm going to switch to the Patriots. Let's get into it. Here we are at the midseason mark, coming off a loss to the Jaguars. We're 2-4. The offense is what's not performing. No, that's the Bills. The defense and the offense. No, the offense is what's not performing for some reason. Or for some reason, 20th for offense and 15th in defense. Our defense is performing better than our offense. For some reason, the offense isn't functioning. Weekly awards, let's see what we got here. Kamara had a great game. So the offense is functioning, but for some reason, we're ranked 20th in points per game. Weird. Okay, players ready to negotiate. Let's see what we got here. Tyrann Mathieu, Honey Badger. You're the entire reason this rebuild is happening. You look sick in a Saints uniform, by the way. And he resigns. Cam Jordan, I would love to have back on this team as well. Let's up the money for him. $14 million a year. He resigns. Marcus May, you are part of the reason we're here too. So let's up this money for you to get you to stay, even though you are regressing. Isaiah Simmons, you're here. We just traded for you, so of course you're going to stay. Chris Olave should not be here because he is a rookie. He should have a fifth-year option because he was also a first-round pick. So he shouldn't be on a 3-year deal. He should be on a 5-year deal, if anything. So we're going to save the changes on that. We're going to have to back out, then come back in because that's just how it works in Madden. Players ready to negotiate. Let's see who else we have here. Will Lutz, I would like to keep back as well. Let's up the money for him as a kicker, and he resigns. Trevor Penning, I would need to resign on a 5-year deal as well instead of a 3-year deal because, again, he was a first-round pick. He should get a 5th-year option, so I am going to give that to him, and he is back for the remaining 2 years of his contract here. And players ready to negotiate again. Let's see who we got here. Demario Davis, no. Cesar Ruiz, I would like back on this team. He's entering his 4th year of his contract, and he resigns. Adam Troutman, he's been pretty great for us and pretty above average. Stupid cheap deal, by the way, and he resigns as well. Alontae Taylor, he should, again, have a 4-year contract and not a 3-year contract. I don't know why this keeps happening. He's a pretty good depth player, so I am actually going to care and take the time to do this. Usually I just wouldn't care and I'd just sign them anyways, but if they're a first-round pick or if they're a very relevant player, I would like to actually give them the correct contract. Zach Bond, no. Humphrey, no. And everyone else here is a no. I don't want Demario Davis. He's going to be like a 79 overall by the end of the season. So, Yeah, it sucks. Anyways, let's hopefully make the playoffs and get into it. Here we are in the playoffs, I guess slightly improving, going 8-9, but the defense just fell off a cliff again. I'm not going to make the same mistake. They were 13th best defense at the midseason mark, which wasn't horrible, but it's genuinely pissing me off now. So I'm going to have to change it. Patriots defense is what we're switching up to. Yeah, it's just genuinely irritating to play this game, to have them be so good in year one, then just fall off year two. Coming off a win to the Panthers, stats and awards, let's see what we got. I'm sure the offense carried us. Jameis Winston was great again, 11th best offense in the league, and defensively we were 17th, which isn't even bad. Okay. 4,500 yards, 33 TDs, 9 interceptions. Kamara, 18 TDs, 5.5 per carry, 1,300 yards, gets better and better every season. Callaway, 1,200 yards, 7 TDs. Michael Thomas, 7 TDs, 1,000 yards. Troutman, 909, 9 TDs. And Olave just keeps going down and down each year. Keeps getting worse and worse. Isaiah Simmons, 136 tackles for a loss, 16 for Cam Jordan. Sacks, 17.5 for Marcus Davenport. That's an X factor. Cam Jordan gets 12.5 with that regression. And Isaiah Simmons with 3 interceptions, safeties, 1 for Demario Davis and Peyton Turner. Defensive touchdowns is 0. So apart from that, guys, I would now say it's now time to move in to the offseason. And the Chiefs smacked the Lions in the Super Bowl, beating them by 25 points. Patrick Mahomes wins Super Bowl MVP. There are no awards here for the New Orleans Saints, unfortunately. But looking into the roster to see if there is any development upgrades. Offensively, we are looking into it. And apparently there's this superstar receiver named Larry Newsome out of Miami. Didn't know he existed. That's cool. This guy named Greg Parker. I picked this dude up in the 2nd round. He didn't have a development. 76 overall slot, though. Not a bad player. Newsome's going to play his position, though, just because he has superstar dev. Whitaker only has star dev. I'm cool with that. He's already better than Atkins. And defensively looking into it, Isaiah Simmons gets superstar. What did I tell you? Demario Davis is down to a 79 overall. Marcus Davenport literally just had 17.5 sacks in the season. He's been consistent and had double-digit sacks throughout the entirety of this rebuild. I don't know why he would not just get superstar dev. Well, superstar X Factor. He has to have superstar X Factor. Dude's a beast. So, yeah. This is what we're rocking with here. Elliott's still a 76 here. Chancey Gardner-Johnson is up to a 90. I don't know what to pick up in this. I don't know what to do in this upcoming draft. Marcus Maye's down to an 82 overall. Yeah, I don't know what to get in this upcoming draft. Maybe right outside linebacker to replace Demario Davis, because I don't really have anything else. Our cap room is only $14 million. Let's go to the re-sign players here. I'm going to skip out on free agency again. $14 million isn't really that big of, isn't really that much money to sign a big time player, so I can't really do it in the first place anyways. So 2023 retirements. I'll be yawning. Let's get to the NFC South. And literally everyone in our division, except us, has a retired player or coach. So players who get to negotiate, who do we have? Demario Davis down to a 78. Zach Bond is just a bust. And everyone else here is just a no for me. So I don't need free agency for the 4th and final time. I've never used free agency throughout the entirety of this rebuild. So let's skip to the draft. At pick 12, I'm picking up Tyquan Beckham out of TCU, a hidden dev, 6'3", 247 pounds, big boy. We're going to move him out to right outside linebacker. Here we are after the draft going into the 4th and final season. I picked up this running back in the 2nd round, Glenn Jones. He seems to be pretty good out of LSU, 75 overall, normal dev, not a bad player overall. And Newsome is going to start over Parker just because he has that superstar dev, which is huge actually. Defensively, Tyquan Beckham is 74 overall. He's probably going to be like a 76 overall if I move him to right outside linebacker, which is what I plan to do here because I already have a developed linebacker that I picked in year 1 who's already a higher overall than him, so I will just keep him as a 2nd string. Yeah, Staley here and Beckham. Let's readjust this here. There's another guy. Yeah, that's Polite guy. Yeah, Polite. Ty Polite is here. Okay, he's decent. Oh, Hoskins. Damien Hoskins, 74 overall rookie, looks to be kind of a beast. I'm going to move Elliott up. And Hoskins, do I want him to play? Oh, I don't know. Do I leave him at 2nd string safety? He could be a linebacker. He could be a great outside coverage linebacker. So he's 6'4" too. He's definitely got the build for it. So I'd definitely say we are going to move him to outside linebacker here. Move him to left outside linebacker. I don't know if he's going to start over Warner. He might. He just might. I don't know. Actually, he will. He's a coverage guy. A lot of rookies starting here on this defensive side of the ball, aka only 2, but I'm not worried about that. Hopefully this New England Patriots defensive playbook helps us out. Don't need to re-sign anybody at the midseason mark, so let's just skip into the playoffs. Wow, what a change in the Patriots defensive playbook, still in 16 points per game. Our offense really just stepped up. 15-2, top of the division, coming off a win to the Chargers. Stats and awards, let's see what we got here. We have famous Jameis being a beast, first in every position, and he wins the league MVP, no surprise. Best offense in the NFL, defensively looking into it, 12, good stuff. 5,400 yards, 55 TDs, 12 interceptions, amazing year. Kamara, 16 TDs, 5.7 per carry, almost 1,500 yards, amazing. Callaway, 1,400 yards, 15 TDs, that's superstar dev. Troutman, 8 TDs, 1,100 yards. Chris Olave, 1,000 yards, 14 TDs, his best season by far. Michael Thomas, 11 TDs, 1,000 yards. And defensively, Isaiah Simmons, 146 tackles for a loss, 22 for Cam Jordan, sacks, 13.5 for Marcus Davenport, 10 for Cam Jordan, interceptions, 6 for Marshawn Lattimore, that's quite a bit. Safeties is 0, defensive touchdowns is 1 for Marshawn Lattimore. So, anyways, guys, apart from that, it is now time to see who we're going to be playing in the divisional round. And yeah, we haven't been in this situation since year 1. We're going to face the 9-8 Green Bay Packers, who probably have Jordan Love. We should be a better team. We should be able to beat them here. And we do. 35-21 here to face the Buccaneers again. Can we beat them here? I'm going to simulate this week. We've already won the conference championship before, so let's see if we can do it again. And we do. 38-31. Close game here to face the Kansas City Chiefs in the Super Bowl. Let's go. They're 12-5. We're back here for another Super Bowl. Let's see if we can win it. We already have a successful rebuild here because we've already made the Super Bowl. Famous Jameis gets Superstar X Factor. Chris Olave gets Superstar. Marquez Callaway gets Superstar. Just all Superstar core. 4 Superstar wide receivers. X Factor QB. X Factor 99 overall running back. Amazing offensive line. Troutman did great as well. Defensively looking into it. Tyquan Beckham has Superstar X Factor, and Hoskins has Star Dev. Polite, we don't know yet, but he's already 73 overall, which is quite polite of him. Yeah, I know my puns are so punny. Marcus May up to an 86 overall with morale boost, and he's a Superstar Dev. Let's get into the Super Bowl against the Kansas City Chiefs without Tyreek Hill, and let's see if we can beat them. Here we are against the Kansas City Chiefs as they start off 7-0. We strike back 7-7 now. We take the lead 14-7, 21-7. Honey Badger facing his old team. I just realized that 28-10, 31-10, pounding them in the ground. 38-10, pounding them in the ground, kind of like how I did your mom last night. Anyways, 45-10. This is humiliating. Humiliating for the Chiefs. With that kind of an offense, our defense stifled them. Amazing performance from our defense, something we haven't had in the past 2 years of simulation. Let's go. Famous Jameis, baby. 133 passer rating. Braden Mann apparently took a pass. I guess it was a fake. 4 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. Patrick Mahomes had 4 interceptions and 0 touchdowns. Rushing, Kamara, 2 TDs, 5.8 per carry. Saints, Olave had a TD, 89 yards. Michael Thomas had a TD. Kamara had 2 TDs as well. So he might win Super Bowl MVP. 51 reception yards, 4 total touchdowns for Kamara. That's amazing. And then we got, who had all these interceptions? Isaiah Simmons with 2, Jaquez Elliott with 1, and Adebo with another one. Wow, second string's getting some reps in. But this is definitely a successful rebuild. We've been to 2 Super Bowls, won 1 of them. There's a little gap in between there in year 2 and 3 where we had a struggle, but we fixed that here in the 4th and final season. So I don't need to look at the staff moves. I'm just going to give you guys a 4th and final overlook of the team once we see the Super Bowl MVP. It could be Kamara, it could be Jameis Winston. I'm pretty sure they're just going to give it to Jameis Winston because quarterback favors, and Kamara wins it actually. Wow, but famous Jameis wins Super Bowl, not Super Bowl MVP, league MVP, so that's huge. Humiliating the Chiefs in the Super Bowl. But anyways, that's what I expect from a team that's a 90 overall with 90 defense, 92 offense. Anyways, guys, apart from that, I thank you guys all for watching. Tell me which team I should rebuild next. I've been thinking about doing the Lions next with Jameson Williams and with Aiden Hutchinson. So that'd be sick. I'm really not really excited to do the Jaguars to Trayvon Walker because if I'm being honest, I really don't like Trayvon Walker. I don't think he should be the #1 pick. He should be a top 10 pick, but not a #1 overall pick. But anyways, guys, apart from that, I thank you guys all for watching, and I'll see you guys all in the next one.